Hello and welcome to a writing vlog. It's been a while since we've had a dedicated vlog to just writing. Well, this is actually an editing vlog, but you know, tomato, tomato, right? It's definitely not the same thing. I hate editing and this is a nightmare. Before we get into all like the intro stuff, I just want to say that I finally finished my first chapter and prologue. I am not the best at showing excitement, but I am extremely overjoyed. Am I proud of my first chapter? No. Do I think it's either going to be cut out or completely rewritten? 100%. But I have done all that I can. Like seriously, I have rewritten this chapter so many times. But look, the prologue now has a green flag. Look how many prologues were written before that. And the first chapter has a yellow flag. Because, oh, how do I don't love it, but you know, this is what we're gonna deal with. And now I'm about to start the second chapter. Hello, good morning, or wherever time you are, good day. Or evening. It is currently raining outside. It is gorgeous. It's like thundering. There's hail, there's rain, and it's just flowing on down. And it's beautiful, so I put on my sweats and a cozy sweater, and it's boiling. I'm not gonna lie. It's very, very hot, and it's still summer. Just because it's raining, it doesn't mean that this isn't completely uncomfortable, but still, I'm in the proper writing mood. I don't know if there will be any writing. Hopefully there is some, but I just kind of want to document this day because I really love rain and we desperately need it where I'm at. The air quality was not good, so we're gonna clean that up. Maybe we'll clean up some bad attitudes in this town. It's just kind of a fun home day with Henry, but yeah, he's gonna make some potato pancakes, you know, which are just locked but they call them something else in Latvian, which I will try to get him to say for me, because I don't know what he says. And I don't know, we might like watch some Avatar: The Last Airbender. I was really feeling some Northanger Abbey. But I don't, ooh, maybe some Jane Eyre. Maybe this is Jane Eyre type of weather. Maybe Pirates of the Caribbean. Maybe Mal Flanders, I don't know. I'm feeling period drama. I love this sort of weather. I feel my best in it. I feel healthy, I feel creative, I feel like the world is my oyster, and I'm so hyper and positive. Life is good. Oh, Henry's back. How do you say potato pancake in Latvian?
Kartupeļpankūks.
Thank you.
It literally means potato pancakes.
Okay. Let's do some rainy day things. Okay, I have no idea where I've left off this vlog, but it's been quite a few days, many days possibly, since I've last updated. I've passed the halfway point of my first act, which is exciting. I am currently trying to write my 6th chapter. Chapter 4 was a bit of a headache, just due to the fact that it was originally 2 chapters that I had to combine, and I know the pacing is off for the chapter, but I knew that beforehand. I was able to cut out a lot. I took it from 20 pages to 18 pages. I would like more to be cut, but I feel like that's going to come from my editor friend, my critique partner. I feel like she will find way more to cut out than I did. And then Chapter 5 was the first chapter I ever wrote for this story. And it was so easy to write it at the time. With all the changes that have happened with the story. A lot of it needed to be cut out, changed. Some of it there's like this one section that I know needs to be changed even more. As you get to know your characters more and your story more, you start to realize just certain choices don't make sense. And there was a lot of that. It's kind of clunky. I don't really care for it as much as I did when I first wrote it, but we're getting there. We are getting there. Now I'm writing chapter 6, and chapter 6 is just, I hate it. I hate every bit of it. It's a character's perspective that I relate nothing to. But I did that on purpose because I wanted to try to write a character that I had nothing to relate to. Okay. Here's here's the thing, and I've probably mentioned this by now, hopefully in like a sit down talkie sorts of video, but this story that I'm currently writing is kind of an experiment for me, in the sense that I don't know if this book will ever be published. I've kind of hinted at that throughout the year, though I've always felt weird about saying that, because I feel like people who write and like showcase their writing on YouTube, they're doing it from this perspective of, I want to sell this book. And though I do want to do that for all my future stories, I have hinted at the fact that I am chronically ill. I have a lot of brain fog. My cognitive functions aren't what they used to be. And a year ago from April, I just, I was really struggling. I didn't have any faith in myself. I didn't believe in myself. And I needed to write a story without any pressure. So I took this story, and yes, I hear you in the sense that maybe I shouldn't have experimented with this with a series. I get that. But the only other story ideas that I had that were standalones were books I actually want to publish. And I would love to publish this high fantasy trilogy. It's way more of a passion project than, like, I'm not going into this book thinking this is marketable. I mean, it could be, but I don't know. I don't know. I love it. So the point of this is that I am writing this book. I'm editing this book. And then I am sending it to my friend Alexandra, who is going to tell me my weak points, my struggle points. And the reason why I'm sending it to her first is because she's read my writing before I was chronically ill. She knows what I'm capable. She knows my strengths and my weaknesses. And she's the person who's read my writing the most out of anyone. So she's going to look over this when I finish this second draft, when I feel comfortable to send it to her. And she's going to come up with a list of things that, like, hey, I need to work on this. I need to work on that. So that way, when I go into these stories that I definitely want to publish, I don't have to rewrite them a bunch, because I can plot them accordingly to my newfound weaknesses. Does that make sense? Like, my weaknesses now are definitely not what they were before, because beforehand I had audio memory, which meant I could remember anything. My memory was quite impressive. Not to brag, but it was. I could remember everything and anything someone told me. I was slow to pick up things, but once I got it, I got it. But now it doesn't matter if I get it, because I'll forget it. I know how to plot for old me. I don't know how to plot for new me. And that's what I'm kind of figuring out. But once I do give it to her, I think I'm going to dive back into craft books. There is a character in this book that just by no means do I relate to whatsoever. Did that on purpose as a challenge. Like, everything in this book is like a mini little challenge to see if I'm good at it. So I currently have, I think, there are 10 chapters in my Act 1, or 9 chapters. 9 or 10 chapters in my Act 1. And I'm on chapter 6. I feel like once I finish chapter 6, because this chapter I am completely writing from scratch due to some poor story, POV narrative plotting choices I made. Long story short, when I first wrote the book, I only got through 2 perspectives. I realized it kind of gave away the ending a lot sooner by doing it in that perspective. So then I added 3. I'm like halfway through writing it, but going back and forth on should I adding 2 other point of views. So now I'm just like adding in all the point of views, and then I will cut them out because I'd rather just cut them out. Yeah, it's all working out. It's all working out, but I hate writing this chapter because I don't know how to get into this character's head to save my life. Also, I'm not a fan of physical people description in books. I like just to make up how they look in my head. So I do struggle with writing physical description, and I'm adding that all in right now. And I'm like, is this too much? Is this too little? Like, is this clunky? Does this take you out of the story? And I think that's why I don't like description. Well, no, the main reason why I don't like physical description is that whenever you read a book, like a young adult book in the 2010s, it was always like the main guy had like blue or green eyes, and it was like such a point. It was like so overly descriptive, where I'm like, the majority of the world has brown eyes. How come everyone except for the main character has brown eyes? To be fair, there are characters with blue and green eyes in my story. I mean, I grew up with them, but like the majority of people are gonna have brown eyes. I also think brown eyes are just gorgeous. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out someday. Good morning. I feel like I look like a hot mess. I haven't worn my hair like this, hold on, in forever. I used to do this as a kid, you know, you do that loopy bun thing. I feel like Helena LeBom Carter. I started chapter 7 last night, which was super exciting. I have to give a huge shout out to Diane. I'm laughing because we just talk about each other so much. Last night I jokingly said like work wife, and it just felt real. I mean, last week we FaceTimed in a way, 4 days in a row, and we only took a day off because I felt ill, and then I think she felt ill, or no, I don't even know who felt ill now. Like, that's how much we have become one. We are now married. Should get her a ring. And we've only managed like 1 sprint per hangout time, but last night we got 2 sprints in, and they were like really, really productive sprints. I'm really happy about them. I've also started to, what's it called? I started to do that thing. Record my sprints, because I just kind of want to figure out how many words per minute type of gal I am, or how many words per hour, or however you track it. For no other reason than the fact that I am interested with how fast I type. I believe that I am a slow typer. I don't know how to type. I only use like 3 fingers like an old person. To give a shout out to her, have to give a shout out to Lauren for our Sunday morning sprints. Oh my gosh, this past Sunday got so much done. Thank you, Lauren. Bree with our Tuesday sprints. Oh, also Laura and Kevin, I was on their live stream for sprints, and that was incredible. They were incredible to me. They were just like the kindest people. I've also been like meeting a lot of meeting a lot of people on here, like through like a version of FaceTiming them, and that's been really lovely. It's just been a good time all around. But I am saying all this because I finished the first write through of chapter 6, the first write through of creating it. I have to go through one more time. That's kind of how I write chapters, but I'm trying to finish chapter 7 beforehand, just because chapter 7 had to change with the creation of chapter 6. So I'm just kind of completing those 2, then going back down, and then I only have 2 more chapters left to write of this, edit of this act, and then I'm done with this vlog, and it can go up, it can go out. It's taken far too long. I can only imagine how act 2 is gonna go down, but I'm very excited. I'm very excited to be done with this act. I just watched back through all the footage I filmed, and one day's worth of filming was completely unusable due to me not knowing how to form a sentence, and I don't know what any of the points I was making were. We have reached a weird part of this editing process. Remember when I said this was all a test run? Well, I'm glad I did, because I don't think what I tried this year worked at all. I am slowly realizing that, like my, I don't know, this isn't even in this vlog. Okay, so the prologue was changed a bunch of times. And then during this, like, editing season in my life and world building, I realized that the right prologue, and by the way, I was totally down to not even have a prologue, but I always feel like one is needed for the story, for series, because to me, a prologue is kind of like the first chapter for the series. You see the overarching story plot line. What was that? And the first chapter is kind of like the first chapter just for the story. I could be wrong. You could disagree. But I personally love series that go that route. Anyways, long story short, realized my first original prologue was the one I should have gone with. So I was like, well, you know, you win some, you lose some. Good to know that I was right in July of 2019. And then as I kept going, slowly my weekly goals list just was thrown out the window because, yeah. And then, when was it? I messaged Diane. Sorry, my computer's right here and I'm looking to see when I realized what I realized because it wasn't fun. Oh, here it is. It was midnight between the 3rd and 4th of September. And that was when I realized everything I did in Nano was wrong. And I mean November NaNoWriMo. I did win Nano, but yeah, it screwed up my story entirely. I changed all of my plot points. I'm reading this through and I'm like, okay, my catalyst is definitely my midpoint. So that's great. I'm currently doing just a read through of my story, which I haven't actually done. And I'm seeing like what a hot mess it is. Like what a hot mess this story is. I definitely know how I went certain directions and I am a plotter. I am more of a plotter than I was giving myself credit for. I think I was just trying to be chill due to everything else hectic going on in my life. So I was like, I'm relaxed. I can be relaxed. Nowhere, it's my illness that is uptight and high strung, but no, it's me. Honestly, this is all usable. It's not like I have to throw anything out, so that's good. I just need to rearrange some scenes, which is fine. And I have like the whiteboard going. I don't know if you can see it in the background. Oh, sorry, Dan messaged me. Hi, Dan. Yeah, so I have this whiteboard set up. I've been going through like major plot points that I've been putting here and then writing them there. For me, the second act is the hardest part, and that's where it dipped. I will say Act 3 is solid. The ending is still going to be the same. I just need to take out one little thing and everything else is perfect. Everything end of chapter 9 through chapter 24. That's where all the issues are. But you know what? This is fine. Like I said, this is all learning experience. This isn't like something I'm hoping to query anytime soon. This is just the test run, so that way I know how to set up the novel that I do want to query, and it's going to be majorly plotted. I think I'm going to do what Diane does, mainly because I just love the footage of her working on things with it. Like, she has this like giant binder with all these notes in her story and like an outline, and I don't know. I've probably romanticized the whole situation, but that's what I want. And I'm probably going to do that for my next one, as well as I am creating so many note cards right now. Well, I don't want to show you what's on them. Yeah, I am going to note card plot out this story. I don't know. That's my update. We'll see how sane I am in the next one. I'm going to get back to work, and then I'm going... Whoa! We're okay. And we are finally wrapping up this vlog. It has been a while. This vlog started in early August, and now we're well into October. Cozy sweater weather. What happened? Not much has happened since I last updated you, as you might have seen if you watched my past couple vlogs. If not, they'll be linked down below. A lot has been going on, but we are finally safe at home and think things are good again. Monroe is fine. She's very angry that all that went down, but she is fine and healthy, so that's good. Other than that, the story's coming along. Act 1 isn't as finished as I hoped it would be by the end of this vlog, but it's as finished as it can be. I still need to add a chapter and change the point of view of a different chapter if I add in this chapter, but the reason why I haven't done it yet is because I don't know for sure if I need it, and I won't know till I finish the story, so I'm gonna wait. I feel like I'm gonna need it though, but still, I don't want to write something for nothing. As far as Act 2 goes, I'm as excited as one can be. I'm not really a fan of editing, and now that I know that my Act 3 is solid and my Act 2 isn't, I'm not a fan of Act 2s, but we're gonna get through this. Yeah, I am excited to film part 2 of this editing series, which will be all about Act 2, which is one of the reasons why I love vlogging this experience, because it keeps me doing it sometimes. I mean, a lot of times I just write for fun. I mean, I do that every single day. But sometimes it's not the story that I should be working on, you know, so that's why these vlogs help. They hold me accountable. Other than that, it looks like I will be finishing this story throughout Nano, which I'm not too excited about, but hopefully I master the art of writing more than one story at once. And yeah, that's about it. The final update that I have is I will be on 3 different people's channels for lives this coming up month. Other than that, let me know how your prep month is going for Nano, if it's going as planned or not. Also, just let me know how your autumn's going. It's such a beautiful season, and it's gonna be 60 degrees next week. I'm so excited. So yeah, let me know in the comments how you're doing. I hope you have a marvelous day or evening, depending on when you're watching this. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.